Wilson the Wombat and the Nighttime What If Worries is a really cool therapeutic children's book written by a professional counselor sitting right next to me, Amy Orlovich, and we're so glad she's here today to talk to us about this because so many of our kids have the bedtime and the nighttime worries where they rush into your room in the middle of the night, and she is here to help us with this with Wilson, who just turned 1 year old.
He did.
So tell us about this book and why you decided to write it.
Well, like you said, I'm a counselor here in town, and I
Yes.
see a lot of kids come into my office that are dealing with anxiety.
Yes.
And I found myself saying the same thing over and over. And so I had foot surgery actually 2 years ago, which I was no weight on my foot for 8 weeks.
Oh,
and so
during a pandemic.
Yes,
Okay.
right into that, yes. And so I had plenty of time to sit and write and think, and this book's been mulling around in my mind for a while, but I just thought if we could get something in the hands of parents and the adults who love their kids,
Yes.
that they would be able to take some of these kind of complex therapeutic ideas and apply them for their kids and kind of help them cope.
Well, I think this is, I love that. That's you with Wilson, right? It's
Yes.
So cute. A little avatar memoji.
Yes.
So let's talk about kids and anxiety. Right now, we know a lot of kids are suffering from anxiety because of the pandemic, because of the instability we've been seeing in our world lately. Tell us about the rise in that for young people.
It is a lot of kids. There are a lot of kids that I do see coming in with anxiety. I think the pandemic and quarantine did not do our already anxious kids or highly sensitive kids any favors by keeping them away from other people and situations.
Yes.
And so now that we're all coming back out, hopefully we're learning how to push past some of those kinds of anxieties. But
yes, and do things in a healthier way.
Yeah.
For parents who don't know, and maybe new parents, what signs of anxiety should we be looking for? I know I have some young ones who get scared at night, rush into our room.
Yeah.
I know a lot of other moms and dads deal with that. What should we be looking for?
I think that one of the ways that kids will talk about their anxiety is how their body is feeling. And we talk a lot about that in this book about, if sometimes their tummy feels wiggly or
Yes.
they just feel they'll be very upset, maybe a tantrum. Usually you can tell, but it can also be like if they're picking on their skin or pulling on clothes, sucking on their shirt, some of those kinds of things.
Wow. So what can you do for your kids? Obviously see a therapist, get this book, read it to them, let them know that they're going to be okay. What do you suggest?
Well, the biggest thing with Wilson is he talks about the what if worries, and what if are all the things that are in our mind about what could happen. And it's good to remind our kids of the what is truth. And so that's the only way we can really battle the worries is by reminding ourselves of what is true. So what if nobody sits with me in school tomorrow? The teacher said you could sit with them, or just kind of have a truth that reminds them, which kind of grounds them and keeps them from thinking so far out into la la land.
Yes, and I think adults need that too, to tell you the truth, don't you think? Well, where can we buy this book? This is a local book, so where can we buy it?
It's actually on Amazon and a lot of the online retailers you can buy it.
Wonderful. Well,
Yeah.
congratulations. What's the response that you've had to it? Because it is a year old now. So what's been the response to your book?
People have really enjoyed it. There's not very many therapeutic books that have animals and that have like animal facts and that actually have an animal story as well as the psychology in behind it. So I kind of write why I wrote it this way for parents to know.
Yes.
But I just wanted a fun, really cute book that kids could really relate to and love to look at the pictures as well. So.
And I think you did it.
Thank
I
you.
think you did it. Plus, you can download free coloring pages. You can gift one to your classroom. Maybe ask your library to carry the book. That's a great idea to also maybe write an online review and share about the book on social media. Why not? All right. Thank you so much, Amy. I need this. I'm taking it home, and you can get one for your kids too. We will be right back.